Pisces, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your July 2018 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. So Pisces, for this reading, I am using the Thelema Tarot deck, along with the Wisdom of the Golden Path Oracle cards, and then I also will be pulling you a Romance Angel Oracle card as well. Okay, Pisces. So at the bottom of the deck, I do have Temperance, and this is what I'm using as the overall energy for you guys for the month of July. So very nice. Temperance does represent patience and moderation, speaks about balance. For me, it's a very powerful healing energy and spiritual energy. Some of you maybe are dealing with some divine timing here in July, but let's see here. Some of you also are healing, definitely healing. Now that could be mentally healing. Maybe you've dealt with some anxiety, or you know, just that mental energy is stuck in your head, and now here in July maybe things are balancing out for you. That can be mentally, emotionally, you know, many different ways. Balance, I feel like, is definitely very significant for many of you. Right at the center, we do have the Eight of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups crossed by the Three of Pentacles. And so with the Eight of Cups here, right at the center, right at the start of the month, many of you are focused on the future, moving forward. And, you know, with this Three of Pentacles energy, this is either helping or hindering you. And this is definitely a huge help, because I see many of you working very hard, working very, very hard in order to maybe move forward in some way. Or, you know, if the energy has been a little stagnant or slow moving, if you've had to be patient with something, you know, this is you working incredibly hard, maybe in order to try to get this thing to kind of move forward in some way. But I see you very focused on the future, emotionally ready to move forward, maybe for some of you ready to move on. Three of Pentacles is a worker energy, it's a builder energy, can represent teamwork. So some of you could be working with someone in regards to this thing moving forward. There could be a situation involving three people for some of you. It could be a work situation, but with the Three of Pentacles focused, very, very focused upon this, and also very focused on the details, and really, really doing a great job. And there is some sort of forward movement here right at the start of the month. Now, interesting enough, at your foundation, I do have the Knight of Pentacles. So when his energy is at play, it's definitely, you know, things are taking some time. Things might be happening slowly but surely, but they are happening. I think some of you are dealing with some divine time. But this Knight always reaches his goal. So I think that, you know, definitely dealing with some slower paced energies. And some of you, you know, this could be a work thing. This definitely could be a work thing. You know, if you don't work for a living, it could be something to do with the home as well. Also could have been waiting on news, waiting on a financial offer of some kind. Now, in the more recent past, I have the Eight of Swords. The good news here, Pisces, is this is behind you. This is in the recent past. So with Temperance, here is the overall energy. I mentioned, you know, that mental energy here balancing out for you. So you have a couple of eights here, which eights for me are a karmic number, but mental and emotional energy stabilizing, balancing out. There could be some emotional healing that's going on as well. But some of you, I think that you were definitely maybe stressing about, you know, the energy that maybe you were dealing with previously, things happening slowly, or, you know, maybe you were waiting on this financial opportunity, and with the Eight of Swords dealing with confusion or anxiety. But again, the good news is this is behind you. Now, crowning you, I have the Three of Wands. So we do have a couple of threes here. And threes can represent that situation involving three people. Of course, that does not have to be a love triangle. For some of you, it's definitely maybe a work situation. But the Three of Wands, you know, another worker energy. I think that many of you are working incredibly hard, but you're waiting for your ships to come in. So you're like in the process of something manifesting, something fully coming to fruition. You're in that process. That's what you're working towards. And with the Three of Wands here, you know, threes are about growth and expansion. And as long as you're willing to put the hard work in, the energy, the effort, you know, those ships are coming in. You will see progress. So, you know, keep working hard right at the start of the month. Just keep working hard. And you are seeing growth. You are seeing progress. Now, around the second week in the near future, I do have the Page of Wands. And so some of you, there's maybe some news coming in. You're making that progress. You're hearing something. There's exciting news that's coming in around the second week. Now, with the Page of Wands for me, oftentimes it can represent news that you're anticipating. News that you know is on its way, but you don't know exactly when it's coming in. And so some of you, I think you've been waiting on this news and you're hearing it. You're hearing something here around the second week. And for those of you that don't hear something around the second week, it is going to happen in the month of July. But again, you could be making that progress. There's signs that you're making progress. Things are growing, things are progressing, things are happening. Yes, gradually, but they are happening. So just keep working hard. In the position of your power, energy around the third week, I do have the Four of Swords, which for me is another patient energy, yes. But Four of Swords energy, some of you could be spending some time alone. You could be meditating a lot at this time, going within. With Temperance here and the Four of Swords, definitely some of you receiving messages from Spirit. But this is also healing energy. You have some healing energies here in this spread. So with Temperance as the overall energy and the Four of Swords, for those of you that did have like a health matter, some sort of health issue, there definitely could be some downtime at this time. You could be hearing something about that. But there's definitely a lot of healing that's taking place here around this time. And then in the position of how those around you are viewing you, friends, family, we do have the Two of Cups. And so, you know, Two of Cups, some of you could be healing a relationship if a relationship is significant. There also could be some Pisces that maybe you're taking a break from a relationship. Sometimes that's what's needed, and that can help bring you guys back together. Sometimes, you know, space is a good thing. But Two of Cups, a relationship for some of you is very significant, and maybe some of you have taken some time away from someone. And that's going to serve you well because we do have this healing energy here. And then for others that are coupled and you're in a really good place, you know, this could be you and your partner going on vacation together, maybe taking some sort of downtime here. So some of you might be getting away around the third week here. And, you know, if I remember correctly, for your July 2018 Love Tarot Forecast, which is over on Vimeo, the link is below, you guys actually had an amazing reading. Pisces, for the month of July, your love forecast is just pretty amazing. I think it's one of the best ones, if not the best one. So, you know, if that interests you, definitely check it out. But yeah, a relationship is significant, and some of you definitely could be getting away. And then in the hopes and fears, I do have the Ace of Swords. And so for those of you that are partnered, maybe you and your partner have even been waiting on something. Maybe you're moving in together. Maybe you're waiting to sign a contract, something like that. With the Ace of Swords, this is in the hopes and fears position, so hoping for clarity, hoping for truth. Some of you are waiting on some sort of significant news or communication, and I mentioned that if you're not hearing something around this time, it is coming in July. So with the Ace of Swords and then the energy that you're actually leaving the month of July with, we do have the Sun. So for some of you, this is definitely something becoming highlighted, illuminated here. Some sort of truth or clarity coming in for you, some sort of success. And with the Ace of Swords, success after dealing with some challenges. So success, happiness, content with the Sun. For me, I see it as another healing energy here. So, with Temperance, the Four of Swords, and then the Sun, some of you are definitely healing. But this is just overall abundance in many forms, happiness coming in, success, maybe success after dealing with some challenges. If you're waiting on something to be revealed or some sort of truth or clarity, something could be highlighted at this time. Other Pisces that maybe had like a medical or a health problem, there's lots of healing energy here, and then right at the end of the month you might see like an increase in energy. Maybe you feel like $1 million, or like you're back to your old self again if you did go through any sort of like medical or health problems. But overall, I feel like you guys are going to have a wonderful month. The energy is really positive. Let's do some clarifying. We have the Eight of Swords in the recent past, which is a good place for it. Let's see here. Yeah, I will take a look at this Page of Wands. I want to take a look at the Page of Wands. Clarifying the Page of Wands for Pisces for the month of July. Looking at the Page of Wands. All right, and then I want to actually look at the Eight of Cups. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups for Pisces. Interesting. Okay, so looking at the Page of Wands here, energy around the second week, we do have Justice, the Eight of Swords again, and then we do have the Empress. So again, Eight of Swords in the recent past. For some of you, this energy is balancing out. That's what I feel with Temperance as the overall energy. Now Justice is here. This mental energy, for some of you, this fear, maybe stuck in your head, worrying unnecessarily, overthinking things, this is all actually subsiding and it is balancing out. Now, maybe some of you were worried about a legal matter, definitely, but also maybe some sort of like unfair situation, some sort of unfairness. Now, it could be around manifesting a new beginning, starting something new, hearing about a new beginning, maybe waiting on news with the Empress here. I feel like this is you giving birth to something new, but there's just worry around this. There's worry, maybe a fear here as well. Some of you, yes, there could be a woman. She could be a mother, but she doesn't have to be. This could be your wife or your significant other, but she might have something to do with this. But again, this energy is balancing itself out, and that news is on its way. Looking at the Eight of Cups here, we have the Knight of Rods, the Hierophant, and then the Page of Rods again. So that news is coming in no matter what, and it's going to come in when you least expect it. For some of you, it could come in very suddenly with the Knight of Rods energy, and some of you, it definitely could be a legal matter with justice in the Hierophant here. Maybe some of you are waiting on documents, or maybe waiting on hearing something from the company that you work for, or some sort of institution. It could be the government as well. But that news, that information is on its way. So just stay positive, Pisces. Keep working towards this, because you will see movement here. You definitely will see movement with this. But let's pull you an additional guidance card, Pisces. What else does Pisces need to know for July? Pisces. And this is the Wisdom of the Golden Path Oracle deck. Pisces, July. All right, so lots of cards flew out, but only one is upright. That is the one that I want, Pisces. And then I'm also pulling you a Romance Angel Oracle card. But as always, if you are interested, over on Vimeo, I do have the Love Tarot forecast posted for the month of July. The link is below. Pisces, additional guidance for Pisces, focusing on love and relationship matters for the month of July. Okay, very interesting. All right, so the additional guidance card I have for you, Pisces, is actually Inspired Warrior. So, Inspired Warrior, you know, this is someone who is very passionate. For me, it's similar energy to the Seven of Rods in the Tarot, which the Seven of Rods is what I call that warrior spirit, someone who's not backing down, someone who's very passionate about what it is that they want or they desire. And so some of you, you know, this is you definitely coming through very strong. Some of you could be in like a legal battle, or maybe there's something going on with the government or a company of some kind, but that news is on its way. Don't give up. Keep working hard. For some of you, you know, keep fighting for what it is that you want, because in the end, you will be successful. Okay, and then focusing on love and relationships, we do have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And some of you definitely have love coming in the month of July. It came up in the Love Tarot forecast. It's very significant for some of you. Lots going on that front. And so with keep an open mind, maybe some of you are meeting someone that's quite different than you are. They might be, you know, very different from your usual type. So just keep that in mind. You know, and give them a chance, because, you know, sometimes different is good. So, yeah, and then for those of you that are already coupled, keep an open mind with your partner. Maybe your partner wants to do something different. Maybe your partner wants to try something new. Keep an open mind. All right, Pisces. So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are interested in having a private reading, please head on over to my website, northeasttarot.com. I wish you guys a great month. Take care.